Welcome to this new episode. Today, we're diving into a comprehensive look at how partnerships in early-stage biotech can move from a simple conversation to meaningful scientific impact. We're focusing on the partner journey as outlined by the Biotech International Institute, or BII, which really emphasizes clarity, purpose, and responsibility in collaboration.
Yeah, it's a great topic, especially because in research-stage biotech, partnerships aren't just transactions. They're complex, structured collaborations that require shared goals and clear expectations. BII's approach really highlights that, and today we'll unpack their full partner journey, from that very first conversation all the way through to impact.
Exactly. So, starting with the big picture, BII sees partnerships as more than just finding support. It's about building the right pathway for each platform. That means working with a diverse range of partners: academic labs, CROs, industry collaborators, investors, agricultural field partners, regulatory advisors, even community groups.
Right, and while each partner plays a different role, the unifying purpose is to move the science forward responsibly. That's a key point because it sets the tone for how these collaborations are structured. Not opportunistic or transactional, but goal-oriented and responsible.
So let's jump into the first step, the introduction. Every strong partnership starts with a conversation, but it's not just any chat. It can come from a university contact, an investor meeting, a CRO inquiry, or even a community relationship. The goal here is to assess alignment.
And alignment means looking at mission fit, platform interests, technical relevance, confidentiality needs, development stage, potential partner role, and next step expectations. It's a lot to cover in an initial conversation, but clear communication here is crucial to decide if it makes sense to continue.
I think that's often underestimated. People sometimes rush past this stage, but it really lays the foundation for trust and mutual understanding. If you don't get alignment here, the rest of the process can become inefficient or even counterproductive.
Absolutely. Then, once there's initial alignment, we move to information sharing. This is where the balance between openness and protection comes into play. Not every conversation requires confidential materials right away.
Right. BII starts with public-facing materials: summaries, website links, one-pagers, blog posts, or non-confidential slide decks. Then, if the conversation deepens, they bring in NDAs or CDAs before sharing confidential technical data, unpublished results, intellectual property details, platform strategy, or commercialization plans.
That staged approach is smart because it builds trust while protecting intellectual property. It's a risk mitigation strategy that also enables partners to evaluate the platform meaningfully without exposing sensitive information prematurely.
Exactly. And that leads us to step 3, evaluation and diligence. This is where partners really dig in, but tailored to their role. For example, universities assess fit with their lab expertise, CROs evaluate which assays or studies are appropriate, investors review IP position, validation roadmap, budget and milestones, and industry partners analyze market fit, technical feasibility, manufacturing, and commercialization relevance.
I like how BII frames diligence, not as a barrier, but as a critical step in serious partnership building. It helps both sides understand what's promising, what's uncertain, what needs validation, what resources are required, what risks must be addressed, and what collaboration structure makes sense.
Yeah, it's like the due diligence phase in drug development, essential for risk management and making informed decisions. Without it, you're flying blind.
Exactly. Then, if both sides remain interested, step 4 is alignment and planning. This is where broad interest becomes a defined scope. Key questions come into play. What's the specific objective? What study or collaboration is proposed? Who's responsible for what? What's the timeline? What materials and budget are needed? What deliverables should be expected? And importantly, what does success look like?
That's critical because vague partnerships rarely succeed. Defining a clear pathway reduces ambiguity and sets expectations for accountability. It's the operational framework that guides the collaboration.
And then comes execution. Step 5. This is where the work actually begins. Mechanism studies, receptor profiling, biomarker panels, formulation testing, peptide stability studies, fermentation or biosynthesis development, animal health field validation, safety screening, technical reviews, grant development, milestone work, regulatory planning.
Execution quality is everything here. It requires clear communication, documented methods, defined expectations, and responsible interpretation of results. This is where platform potential starts to become measurable and tangible.
Right, and poor execution can undermine the entire partnership. So maintaining rigor and transparency during this phase is essential.
Then step 6 is analysis and review. Data only becomes useful when it's analyzed carefully. Partners assess what the results show and don't show, reproducibility, mechanism support, safety concerns, formulation or delivery needs, and whether the platform should advance, pause, or be redirected.
I appreciate that BII emphasizes honest interpretation here. Not every result will be perfect, but every result can guide better decisions. It's about scientific integrity and responsible development.
That's a tough mindset sometimes, especially when there's pressure to push forward. But it's necessary to protect the science and maintain credibility.
Exactly. Then step 7 is decision and next steps. Partnerships must produce decisions, not just activity. That might mean advancing to the next study, refining the platform, expanding collaboration, seeking additional funding, bringing in new partners, updating the validation roadmap, preparing grant submissions, developing licensing discussions, or even pausing or redirecting a pathway.
The emphasis on clear next steps is important to maintain momentum and ensure responsible progress. It reflects strategic agility and adaptive management.
And finally, step 8, impact. The ultimate goal. Impact varies by platform. Neuroscience might mean advancing research tools or biomarker pathways. Peptide science could focus on improving design to evaluation pathways. Ag bio might support healthier animals and sustainable livestock protection. Education and community work could build capacity and responsible partnerships.
And impact doesn't always happen immediately. Strong partnerships create the conditions for meaningful progress over time. It's a long-term vision with societal relevance.
So what can partners expect from BII throughout this journey? Professionalism, clarity, integrity, respectful communication, clear research stage positioning, attention to confidentiality, organized platform materials, defined validation questions, realistic timelines and goals, openness to feedback, commitment to responsible claims, and a focus on shared success.
That mutual understanding of mission and expectations is key, is what makes partnerships work best.
And what does BII bring to the table? A portfolio of research stage, patent-pending platforms across neuroscience, precision peptides, fungal-inspired biology, cannabinoid scaffold innovation, and bioecological livestock protection.
Plus scientific reviews, technical insights, public summaries, validation roadmaps, partner-ready development concepts, and a commitment to responsible innovation and real-world impact. They're early stage but built on seriousness, structure, and collaboration.
Who does BII want to collaborate with? Universities and academic labs, CROs and translational research partners, biotech and pharmaceutical companies, animal health and ag bio companies, agricultural and livestock field partners, clinical and biomarker researchers, fermentation and biosynthesis groups, formulation and delivery experts, investors and strategic advisors, and indigenous community and public health partners.
And importantly, the right partner isn't defined by size, but by alignment, capability, integrity, and shared purpose.
Before we wrap up, I want to highlight BII's non-negotiable principle: protecting the science. Strong partnerships never push claims ahead of data. They stay clear about what's known, what's unvalidated, what's confidential, what data is needed, what claims must wait, and what next steps are responsible.
That's how trust is built. Platforms mature, and Cirrus Biotech moves forward. It's a critical mental model for responsible innovation.
So to close, every great partnership starts with a conversation but doesn't stop there. It moves through introduction, information sharing, diligence, planning, execution, data analysis, decision-making, and impact.
BII's partner journey is designed to advance science, strengthen platforms, and create meaningful impact. Research stage. Patent pending. Built for validation. Mechanism first. Validation always.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the partner journey. Hopefully, it gives you a clear sense of how structured, responsible collaboration can really move early-stage biotech forward.
Absolutely. Until next time,